But bye-bye, baby, as the Giants are able to tie things up thanks to the solo dinger. Bottom of the sixth is straight ahead. All even now at 1-1. Ready once again, Mays. He struck out twice thus far, so we'll see if he can fare any better here.
Number 21.
First pitch on its way. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Now it's 2-0.
We've seen him go down on strikes more than once in this game, so this has been a better approach by him at this at-bat. Much more patient, and he's gotten himself into a good hitter's count.
3-0 now.
Got through the fifth all right, but it looks like he's a little off kilter here to start the sixth.
Now time granted here at the plate as he'll step out of the box. And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1. Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
Yeah, it really does, Matt, but this offense isn't helping him too much. It sort of feels like the next team to score is going to win this thing.
And oh, that should have been ball 4 there, but it's a called strike, and that runs things full at 3-2.
Yeah, definitely don't want to walk the leadoff hitter of the inning. He's done a nice job of coming back. He was down 3-0. Now we're sitting 3-2. I think he's got the confidence now to throw another strike and see what happens.
He struck him out the third time he's fanned in the game.
No hitter is ever going to feel good about taking the hat trick with 3 strikeouts in a game, but I will say he's not the first guy to have a terrible game against my man on the mound. And you know what? He won't be the last. We all know he's one of the best in the business for a reason.
Into the box now, number 23. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 1 out, nobody on. And that misses 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time.
1 strike.
And the pitch on 2-1. Good movement there, but it's 3-1. And through 5 1/3, already coming up on 100 pitches here.
Yeah, he hasn't been as efficient as he'd like to be. He's already in the 6th inning, though. That's a 1 positive, but this is a lot of pitches for the 6th inning.
Into his motion, here comes the 3-1. And he gives this a pretty good ride that time, but that's going to be up amongst the crowd, a foul ball. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. He pulls this one into right. Now gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
We're just not used to seeing him get nothing but base hits. Usually hitting the long ball. You look at that column, it says 2 hits. You're thinking they're extra base hits, but he'll take the singles.
Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Stepping in now, Darius Bigby, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. A 1 pitch on its way, and they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Runner on first here with 1 gone and a 1-1 tie. Throw over to first, and he's back in standing. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. And he gets a piece there and chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. Changeup misses, and it's full 3-2.
Hey, not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count. You send the runner, and if it's a bad pitch, it's ball 4.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. Able to squeeze this one is Panic, and there are 2 away now.
Up next for the National.
Ready for another chance. Big dog Decky. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Cueto pauses. First pitch on its way. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Cueto will go to first. Back in standing. Runner aboard at first here with 2 gone in a 1-1 ball game. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. With the first baseman holding the runner on, it's always smart to pitch into the defense you have behind you.
Has a look, now the pitch. Inside here with the hard stuff, and it's 2-1 now. Here it is. Now a cutter, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Panic to his right. He has it, and he'll beat the throw to first despite a fantastic effort, and that ought to be scored an infield single.
Number 6.
Standing in now, number 6, as he'll take a look at ball 1. A hit and 2 tries for him so far. Hit weakly back to the mound. Throw on to first is going to get him, and the Nationals blow an opportunity here, and that ends the inning. Nats leave a pair. Score remains tied 1-1. Back here at Nationals Park. 7th inning coming up now in game 1 as we take a look there at our game summary through the first 6 innings so far. Ready for another shot now. Jarrett Parker. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
Kenny Knickerbocker is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Kenny Knickerbocker.
And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. And now pitch on the way. And this winds up inside for a ball. 2-0 now.
I'm seeing him just a little too amped up out there right now. That's common with hard throwers like him. Running a blazing fastball up there is great, but if you can't harness it, what good does it do you?
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will, as it heads to the corner. A fair ball.
Well, this ball's hit off the wall. He hit it awfully hard. Now, I thought it was a good move to stop, because a lot of times you go, oh, he's dogging it. Looked like he was going pretty good, but I think they were going to throw him out. Good read to get back to first.
Action now in the Washington bullpen as a right-hander begins to get loose. Into the box, number 63, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Oh, 0-1. Here it comes. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Well, that's two impressive fastballs. Two mid-90s fastballs, just reaching back saying, I dare you to hit it. Finds himself in a nice 0-2 count now.
And that's swung on and fouled straight back.
Whoa, he tried to get a little cute right there. A little two-strike changeup. He thought he might get a swing and miss, but man, he left that in the zone. He's fortunate that ball didn't leave the park.
Here comes another 0-2. Swing and a liner, but foul.
Well, I think he's trying to get that two-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats.
Another 0-2 home. Hit hard towards center. In there, a base hit. Throw will hold him at second, but the go-ahead run's in scoring position now with still nobody out.
Back-to-back hits, and now they're in a position to break this inning open. You can bunt, you can hit and run, you can do a lot of things now to take the lead and really put some pressure on the defense.
So it's first and second now. Nobody out. And standing fourth is the left-handed hitting Denard Span. Here's the first pitch to him. Now a bunt attempt here, and a good decision there to sweep this away in foul territory and make him try it again. Ready with the 0-1. Now a bunt attempt here. And the throw goes to first, so the sacrifice works that time.
Go-ahead run to third there after the bunt. Sacrifices aren't everyone's favorite play because you give up precious outs, but they do have a lot of ways now to take the lead.
Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Big Dog Bulldog is given the ball here to try to work out of a tough situation. 2 runners in scoring position to deal with. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now a swing and a fly ball. But this is going to wind up a foul ball.
Well, these hitters can expect to see a heavy dose of that big fastball from this reliever. It's a major part of his arsenal.
Now the 0-1. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball one.
Well, this is one of those situations. You don't want him to put a ball in the air. You got to pitch the strikeout right here and get you out of this inning. Don't let him put the ball in play.
Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now.
Oh, that looked like a pretty good pitch to hit. It a little bit late, so he might have been just fooled just a tad bit, just enough not to square it up.
Ready on 1-2, and he will look at a called third strike, and that go-ahead run has to stay right where it is at third with 2 away now.
It's been a really rough day for this lineup. There's really no other way to say it. Not a lot of good scoring opportunities, and when they've had them, like right now, it's just been an uphill battle for them to make anything positive happen.
Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt, and he's likely just trying to put one in play here. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts thus far. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Nope.
And he just misses with a curveball.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's such an effective pitch if you can hit the corner with it, but no dice this time.
Runners at second and third with 2 gone. And that one stayed up a little high.
That's a good pitch to lay off right there. That cutter inside, and that is a real tough pitch for hitters to lay off of. And a lot of times, if you do swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some firewood in a broken bat.
Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. 2-1 now. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball. Second and third, 2 away. And he struck out again. That's the third time he's gone down on strikes in this one. Nice job there by the Washington bullpen. It's stretch time here in our nation's capital. All tied at 1-1. Corey Guerin gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Corey Guerin.
Digging in once again, J.D. Sizemore. He comes into this at bat 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. And now the Giants are going to get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. First pitch is a slider called for a strike.
Well, with both starters out now, and we got a really good game here. It's clearly a bullpen game, but this is why it's so important to have that depth in your pen, because you're going to run into a lot of games like this.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but you know what? He looked at the first 2 pitches, but they were different pitches, both down. Good pitchers' pitches. Sometimes you got to tip your cap.
Here it comes, 0-2. And that sinker misses at the shoe tops. Ball 1. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Another 1-2 delivery. And a slider gets away from him here as it just about got him in the ankle.
Hey, that's a good pitch right there. But, you know, as a base stealer, when you're in the box like that, you want to protect your moneymakers, right? You don't want anything around your knees or your feet, so he was fortunate to get out of the way of that one.
This is line to left. Parker has to retreat a bit, but he gets there for route number 1.
I know they say sometimes that these things even out, but that was a bullet line drive that gets caught. He would have represented the go-ahead run.
Into the box now, Colin Kilgore, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball one. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Here it comes, 1-0. Swing and a liner, but that's a foul ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him. The 1-2 pitch. And he struck him out, so he's down on strikes for the 2nd time this afternoon.
That was a big strikeout there, guys. The best pitchers have the ability to strike guys out when they really need to, and that second out was really important at this point of the game. Could be something we look back on later when the game's over.
In now, Big Daddy, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. The 0-1 on its way. And a good spot for that pitch is it's chopped foul. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. 1-2, here it comes. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
Well, that's great discipline. He's clearly sticking with his plan. Those 2 balls were down. He's thinking to himself, make him get it up before I swing. Get it off the knees.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. And a sinker there, swung on and missed for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Here's Buster Posey now. Due up are the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, and they're hoping that this is the part of the lineup that can get something going.
Yeah, only 1 run on the board so far for them. They just haven't had consistently good at bats.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
Hey, not a bad take there on that first pitch. Not a real good idea to go up there looking for a changeup to hit. Sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A dangerous changeup left high, but called for a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he lays off the curveball. Strike 3 called, and that's going to be out number 1.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare down a really good hitter, and instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. Here's Joe Panic as he sends it on the ground to first. Decky is right there, and he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
The batter, number 48, third baseman Pablo Sandoval.
Digging in to try it again, Pablo Sandoval. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. Julian DiMaggio enters the ball game out of the pen, looking for the final out here in the top of inning number 8.
Julian DiMaggio.
And a cut fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. This is on the ground over to first. On to first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the inning is over. Giants are down 1-2-3. Still tied 1 apiece. Josh Osich is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 61, Josh Osich.
So striding forward now, Joel Scarborough. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8.
Joel Scarborough.
First pitch of the inning misses here to the cleanup man. It's 1-0.
Right here, he's looking to get himself into a good hitter's count so he can take a rip and maybe give his team the lead. He certainly has the power.
1-0 count. Here it is. And he misses with a high changeup that time. A dangerous pitch.
Well, this is the matchup they wanted, bringing in the reliever, but falling behind 2-0 doesn't exactly help the situation very much.
Here he comes on 2-0. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Weak chopper up the line. That's a foul ball. There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. Back goes Span. And as Nationals fans have heard before, see you later. So it's a solo shot to dead center. His first homer here in the series. And the Nationals take a 2-1 lead.
People always wonder why some players make so much money, and there's your answer. The great ones find a way to rise to the occasion in the postseason, and he did right there.
Derek Law is on the pitch here in the 8th with nobody out.
Number 64, Derek Law.
Stepping in now, Mays.
Number 21.
Now a fastball is swung on and tipped foul right near home plate. It's strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the pitch. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Span looks up. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. So it's a solo shot to dead center. His first homer so far in the series. And it gives the Nationals a 3-1 lead.
everyone in the home dugout just seemed to breathe a little easier. They're up 2 and only need 3 outs in their bullpen to wrap up the W. It's always nice to work with a little extra wiggle room.
And it looks now like a right-hander's getting hot in the Giants bullpen. Into the box, number 23. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. The 1-0 delivery. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now. Bases are empty here, nobody out. Too high, and it's 3-0.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
And he won't even have to take the bat off its moorings. A 4-pitch walk here.
And with the bases empty, you don't feel bad about walking that guy. He's capable of taking deep every time he digs in, so it's not the worst thing in the world to work around him if you can.
Striding in once again, Darius Bigby, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Ball 1. Nobody out, runner on first. Chopped weakly to the left. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
You want to talk about speed? Watch him here on this isolation replay. Is he flying or what? I love how smooth he runs, and he just bursted down the line.
Standing in now, big dog Decky, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ball game. That's wide, 2-0.
This is where you really got to focus with runners on base. You got a 2-0 count. You have a tendency to get a little anxious thinking you can drive somebody in. Stay focused. Get your pitch.
And here's a fastball for a strike. 2-1 now.
He struggled a bit coming out of the bullpen here, so he needed that strike. Maybe it settles him down a little bit.
Well, that looked like a good pitch to hit right there. I thought he might be swinging 2-0, but that's what makes him such a good hitter. He's really zeroing in on his spot. He got the fastball he's looking for, but it wasn't in the location.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Takes a look at a fastball down the middle for strike number 2. And now maybe a mind game or two going on down there as he steps out a second time in the AB. And this is swung on and missed, and boy, they took care of a key man there. 1 away.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
In now, number 6. As he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. One 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a looper to left. Parker is after it, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. And tack on one more, make it a 4-1 lead.
Well, that's a big base hit right there. Now you got a 3-run lead. You always play to beat that bloop and that blast that can hurt you late in the game. And now they've got that cushion.
Hunter Strickland takes the mound to try to get out of this mess. There are 2 on with only 1 away. J.D. Sizemore will be the first to greet him here, as he'll do so with runners at the corners and only 1 out. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
Man, I think he's trying to send a message right here. I'm going to challenge you. I like my stuff. I think I'm better than you. I don't care how good a hitter you are. And this guy's a good hitter, by the way. But he came right after him early in the count.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Clearly trying to control the running game with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
Now before the next pitch, time is called at home plate as he'll step out. Has a look, now the pitch. Swung on and missed, outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
With 2 strikes and the runners at the corners, this is a big pitch coming up. Got to execute to hope to either get a strikeout or a double play ball to help you get out of this thing.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And here's a ball lifted back toward the stands in right, so we'll try it again at 1 and 2.
Oh, he might have got away with one. 2-strike breaking ball that ended up being in the zone. I think he probably wanted that out of the zone, but fortunately, he just fouled it off.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Back goes Span at the track. And a climbing attempt at the wall, but this ball is gone. So a 3-run shot to left center. His first homer here in the series, as it's now a 6-run ball game.
Well, he didn't have to supply a whole lot of power with that one. He catches the fastball, and all he had to do is just really make a nice swing, which he did right there. And that ball just did not stop carrying.
Now batting, shortstop, Colin Kilgore.
Into the box now, Colin Kilgore. And look out as that one ran in and got him.
Oh, and that was a big mistake right there. This guy might be their best base stealing threat in the lineup, so now he's got a chance to move into scoring position without even putting the ball into play.
Into the box, Big Daddy, as he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. 0-1. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
I like that they went away with that pitch right there. They really tried to tie him up on that previous pitch, so he was probably what we call inside conscious. He didn't get a strike there, but I'm guessing he was looking for another ball in.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Fouled straight back. One and two. Here it comes. And this one gets away. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
Well, the intent there with that two-strike pitch was obviously to get him to fish for something he couldn't do a whole lot with, but there's the risk that comes with that as well. If you don't execute or your catcher can't handle it very well, you give up free bases.
And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Another try at 2-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Another 2-2 offering. And this will ricochet off of him on the mound. So gets him. So they are able to get an out on an unusual play. And hopefully the pitcher's okay.
Up next for the Nationals, third baseman.
Trying to pick things up where he left off. Joel Scarborough. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. He's set. Here it comes. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball.
That's a
2-0.
When you're down 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
Two outs here with a runner at third. And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3. Ready with the 3-0 pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
I really like what he did right there. 2-0. He wasn't able to hit the spot he was shooting for. 3-0. He made a better pitch, and now he sits 3-1. Let's see what he does here.
And he missed with it there. Ball 4. It's a 2-out walk with the runner still at third. So that's the second walk he's worked in this one.
Yeah, and that seems to be a popular approach when this guy steps in. He can really hurt you with one swing. So I think the idea is mostly not to let this one guy beat you, Matt.
Stepping in now, Mays, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. One-0 count. Here it is. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
Not the ideal spot to be right here. 2-0 count on a real good hitter. Boy, you're going to have to make some really good pitches now.
Throw over to the bag, and the runner will get back standing. The 2-0 on the way. Swinging on 2-0, and it's chopped foul at the plate. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And a whiff at a good slider that time.
Well, he's struggling. The team's doing well. And what's he do? He goes up there and swings the ball out of the zone. I want to be in the action, too. That's what he's thinking with that swing.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Fastball that just misses inside.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
Now a move over to first, and he'll be back in standing up. And again a throw, keeping particularly close tabs on him. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts. But they get the long ball working here as they club 3 home runs in the inning on their way to putting up a 6th spot. We're on to the 9th here in game 1. It's the Nationals 7 and the Giants 1. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. He'll be charged with trying to get on board leading off the 9th. Sean Doolittle comes on to start the inning, and he'll have a huge lead to work with.
Number 62, Sean Doolittle.
Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
Objective number 1 right here is finding a way to get on base. So I'm not surprised to see him taking on the first pitch there.
Comes set, and the 0-1. And he's in front of a tight little slider that time.
Well, that slider right there, that's what makes him tough against the left-handers. That pitch is almost impossible to hit.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Slider. Good 2-strike pitch, but it misses 1 and 2. The pitch. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Scarborough is there. 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Jarrett Parker.
Digging in and looking for more, Jarrett Parker. He enters this at bat 1 for 2 with a walk. James is going to come on as a defensive replacement now as he takes over at first base.
Now playing first base, number 8.
Avi Singh is also into the ball game now as he takes over at second.
Number 1, Avi Singh.
Number 11 will also enter as he takes over at third base.
Now playing third base, number 11.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And that one right down Main Street.
Matt, that ball's right down the middle. It looked like he wasn't even going to offer at it. Some guys don't mind taking the first pitch, and they even feel comfortable when they're down 0-1.
One out, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole. 0-2 now. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hit down the line at first. And a step on first himself for the out.
The batter, number 63.
Settling in now, number 63. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball. 2 out, nobody on. And this is swung on and missed for strike 2. And now the Giants are down to their final strike.
Now, mid-90s fastball is no joke. And that's proof right there. He threw it right by him.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And he gets strike 3 called to end it here. And with that, this one is over.
Yeah, this game was decided in the 8th. That was a huge offensive fireworks coming into the 8th inning. And when the other guys put up a big inning like that against you late in the game, it's really tough to make any kind of a comeback.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Well, heroes are made in the postseason, and he was at least the hero in this one. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason. So when you come to play like he did and make a big difference for your team, it's something that won't be forgotten.